What's going on, good people? You know who it is. It's your girl, Nat the GM. We're back with another episode of a Peat Podcast. Got my guy, Jones. Jones, say what's up to the people, man.
What's going on, people? How we doing? How we doing? I got shit on my mind. I got shit on my
Oh, you got
mind.
some shit on your mind.
Whew.
All right, well, why don't you tell me what's on your mind? Because I don't want you to lose that right now. So, what is it?
So, as people know, y'all see that three right there, back there. So, I'm not a Heat fan, but I fuck with the Heat. There's some people, there's some players from the Heat that I have mad love for because I was a Heat fan at one time because of that man right there.
Mhm.
And Udonis Haslam is one of those guys. Udonis
Okay.
Haslam is one of those guys. And I know there's people out there that's hating on him. Oh, what did Udonis do? Blah, blah, blah. Udonis is a Miami legend. All right. So the reason why I'm so hot today is because everybody's got Paul Pierce, has something to say about UD getting his jersey retired in Miami. So let me give y'all the backstory. Steven Jackson, one of former NBA player, paid respect to UD and said, like this, he fucked with the Miami for giving this man UD the love that he deserves and getting his jersey retired and all that. And then what does Paul Pierce right underneath it? This one's giving, bro. Just say. That's what he said. That's what Paul Pierce said. Right? And then of course, UD responded like a G that he is. My first reaction was to choose violence. But I'm going to spare you because I know you ain't like that. You entitled to your opinion, boy. So I seen this and being the UD fan that I am, and you can call me a Paul Pierce hater if you want
Mhm.
to. You can
Mhm.
call me that, but I'm not really a hater because I respect Paul Pierce's game. What I don't like about Paul Pierce is his mouth. He talked too goddamn much for no reason. He lost me when you know what he said about this guy right here. Even you can agree with me. He was tripping when he said what he said about my man right there. Then
Oh,
he says what he says about UD. So now for most
yeah.
people, they would agree with him. Like, oh yeah, why is UD getting his jersey retired? That don't make no sense. He didn't do nothing. Yeah, he got 3 rings, but he had Wade, he had Shaq, he had LeBron, he had Bosh. He wasn't the main thing. I get that. And to everybody, I get that. But y'all gotta peel back the whole story. He wasn't the guy in Miami, but he definitely was a huge part of Miami, especially when in that first chip. Especially when in that first chip. The other two, he wasn't as important, of course, when you got LeBron, you got Wade, you got Bosh, and those other guys. But he
Mhm.
still was a great role player for that team. Another reason why people are not understanding why UD is getting his jersey retired. He played his whole career there, 20 straight years. He got 3 rings, played great, and he's from Miami. He's a born, like, he is Mr. Miami. He is Mr. Miami. So and not even just what he's done on the court, what he's done for those young guys in that locker room, what he means to those guys. All the things that he's done led it up to why the Miami Heat just said, yeah, you ain't our greatest player in Miami Heat history, but you mean you're one of the most important in Miami Heat history. So that's part of the reason why he got his jersey retired. And he should have. There's no question in my mind that he deserved to get his jersey retired in Miami. No, he didn't blow up the scoreboard, but God damn it, everybody knows that UD was is Mr. Miami. There is no so Paul Pierce, you just want to even KG is tired of this nigga. Even KG is tired. I don't know if you watched the show,
KG ain't tired
but
of Paul Pierce.
KG is looking at this nigga like, when he
KP
say
ain't
certain
got
shit.
Paul Pierce. They've been doing this shit for
They
15
have,
years. Like they did.
but still, he like, come on,
Tired.
P, come on, P. Like, what's up with you, man?
All right. So I see your Udonis Haslam advocacy.
Yes.
And I'll raise you. That motherfucker was a cheerleader.
Oh,
All
come
right.
on,
So let me break this down. Paul Pierce can talk if he wants to. You know why y'all don't like Paul Pierce? Because in your mind he sucks. But when you look at what he's done in his stats, I'm like, well, damn, how did they let somebody who they claim sucks get these 20-something thousand points? Or I think he was at, 26,000 points. You know, dude was clutch. You know, like, there's so many things about Paul Pierce or whatever. Y'all, nobody likes when he speaks because in your mind, he wasn't as good as his mouth is. And in reality, he was. That's the thing. He was like that.
that don't come from me though. That maybe other Miami fans, but not me.
Many Miami Heat fans. But this is the thing, though. When it comes to Udonis Haslam, right? To me, he talks too much. I think he talks entirely too much for someone who averaged less than 4 fucking points, you know, for his career. My issue with him is he just said, fuck Boston, fuck Bill Russell. You just said that, right?
I forgot. Yeah, sorry.
So
mad about that. I forgot.
you talk entirely too much for someone that was a rah kind of dude, and you like, oh yeah, Miami, you know, blah blah blah. We don't give a shit. We really don't. We don't care. I promise you, we don't care. Some of the worst fans I have ever encountered is Miami Heat fans, because when the team does bad, them motherfuckers don't go to no games. When the team does good, they show up. I'm like, y'all are fair weather. All right, y'all here for the good weather and the vibes and the you know, the little drinks that y'all get on the beach and everything like that. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all waiting for, you know? And playing all your whatever music, you know, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all are not real. When it comes to Udonis Haslam, none of us would have gave a damn what he was saying if he didn't say fuck Boston and fuck Bill Russell. Bill Russell didn't do shit to you. You know what I'm saying? And there is a respect amongst every other fan base that we all know that there's some people you just don't talk about. You just don't say anything about. That fuck Bill, and then he tried to pull it back. The fuck Bill Russell thing, he tried to pull it back, but then double down on it. And by that time, you had already pissed people off. Paul Pierce is going to say something because Paul Pierce is a stamped Boston Celtic. Also, when you say Paul Pierce isn't like that, are you talking about that same man that got poked up 11 times and played 82 games? Is it that same Paul Pierce that we're speaking about? Because I'm not sure. Maybe there's two of them that played in the league, but the one I know has been through some things and balled out that same year. So just because you talk tough, just because you look a little rough, does not mean that other people aren't like that. Other people have been through far worse than your words. Nobody's checking for you. The point was you had already disrespected the city. So, Mr. 4 points, and I'm being generous with the extra 0.3, I think. You know, like, you get what you give.
No, I can respect that because I did forget about him saying all that shit before that about Bill Russell. So I kind of forgot about all that. So I was kind of like, damn, why is Celtic Nation coming at me hard? Like, I'm not even talking about I'm talking about Paul Pierce, just him.
Because he started it. He brought it up. Nobody was.
I forgot about that part. I forgot about that because
we love when Udonis Haslam gets in the game, and we've loved it for how many years? Because we like, woo, them motherfuckers about to lose. Woo, he about to shoot them three. Shoot that three, brother. Absolutely. And it'd be the worst shot you've seen.
Don't do my dog like that. Don't do my dog like that.
Nah, man. Stay up out
of UD, I'm with you. I'm with you, UD. I'm with you, dog. I'm with you.
Whatever.
I ain't with you. I ain't with you with your comments. With your comments, you went too far. I ain't gonna go. I ain't with you with that. But with Paul Pierce, I'll jump you. I'll jump him with your ass. I got you. If you,
I can't.
me and you, what we did, I
I
got
can't
you. All right.
stand Miami. I can't stand the team. I can't stand the players. The fake. You hold this trophy. I got the next one in the finals. Don't get me started on that. It's just like a sob story every
Yeah.
year. 1 minute y'all are underdogs. The next minute, y'all like, yeah, we supposed to be here. Y'all don't even believe in your team. And you don't. Y'all don't even believe in them. So I don't understand like this culture, but this is the thing. I would never say fuck Dwayne Wade. I would never say that. I
Right.
got a rivalry, with the Lakers or whatever. I ain't never gonna say fuck Shaq or whatever. Kobe is like my
Right.
favorite all time, so you'll never get me to say anything about him. But there's
Right.
just certain things you don't say. Like I'm such a basketball savant. Like I love Dallas. I can't stand Luca. I love Dirk.
Right. Exactly.
Luca just annoyed with his fans, but I love his game. Like his game is out of this world. I love his game, but the fans are just corny. But you will never get me to say fuck this person. Like I love ball too much, to do that.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I respect the game. Like there's
That's right.
some people we can criticize right now, like if this person did this, they'd be so much better, or they would have been better 20 years ago. And I'm like, man, yeah, I hear you. But one of the players that got me to really be a Boston Celtics fan, and I don't think a lot of people know this, is Delonte West. He was the starting point guard like when I was a kid, and I really like Delonte West. That's not a star. That's not a
Right.
superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was just a hard nosed dude, like just like ball, and
Played hard and shit.
I like him. Sad as shit to see him go when he left. I was like, fuck. But we had to move him to get other pieces. But then when he came back, I was like, word, like when he came back because he was a staple in Boston. And my thing is, I would just never say certain things. It's a respect thing, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, and it's like I have fun with the LeBron hate or whatever. Man, I love watching that man play ball. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I could say so much about Braun and just be like a hater or whatever, but like, truth of the matter is, I wish other people played similarly to LeBron because we
Hmm.
probably have much more efficient basketball.
Oh, absolutely.
you know, so it's still big up to the basketball part of Miami,
Right.
and
Right.
I still love your coach. I think he's one of one. He's just
For sure.
very, 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 very witty. He's adjusts well.
Hmm.
He's a tough dude. Like, so, just big up to y'all. But shout out to my Celtics because we here. You can't get rid of us. You just can't get
Shout
rid
out
of
to
us.
Miami too. They putting up my man statue coming up next year. I gotta
Who's in the
go.
statue? Wade.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
deserves.
sir.
Yeah, he deserves a
Yes,
statue.
sir.
That's
First
Mr.
statue
Miami,
in
right?
Miami. Yeah. Let's go,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay.
Let's
That's what
go.
y'all waiting for. Then y'all gonna disappear again when y'all lose. It's all love. It's all
Oh, she on one too, y'all. I thought it was just me. She on one too.
love. Man, Boston know how I know how I do. Come on now. Like,
She rep hard.
um,
She rep hard.
listen, what's up with the Knicks, man? Like what's up with your Knicks? How they do the past week? Like, what are you feeling about the team? Like, I know you had some thoughts about the trade, but how they looking to you?
They look all right. They look all right. Like my thing is, I don't want Nick fans to take these winning streaks and think that it's actually going to do something. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually going to mean something. We need to make more moves. Like I thought the OG move was just a stepping stone for the next move to come.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it is still. Maybe something's still coming. But I thought, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. The Murray move
Mm-hmm.
that would have been a lovely move for the Knicks. Lovely move for the Knicks
Really?
because I would have loved it. I would have loved it because
Mm.
that takes a little bit more pressure off of Jalen. That takes a little bit more pressure off of Randall. I think that, and he's a offensive guy that can play defense. Like I love that. Those are the guys I love. Got
But that's
offensive
what
guys that
you
can play
got.
defense.
But that's what you got in OG. Like you got a
We
dude that
we
plays
need
defense.
more. We need more.
Dejounte ain't it.
Ah,
We gonna get into that. Like I'm tired of y'all rewriting history. But go ahead.
I think he would have been a great fit for us. I think he would have been a good fit.
Mm.
I like OG. Nothing against OG, but I think adding more to that would have been better. More to that would have been better.
DeJounte is not the more. I promise y'all, he's not. Like,
Offensively, though,
no, OG, what you got in OG is to me is exactly what y'all needed. Can see what they were thinking. What they were thinking was, okay, RJ really not a tough nose, like hard nosed defender. Like we need somebody that can get some stops that can boost our
right?
defense that can score the ball like a 3-and-D wing, like a real one.
Hmm.
So in walks OG, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Like I think that it was a great trade. Now, I think you would have really done some damage maybe if you had pulled off Siakam. If y'all had pulled off Siakam, then now I'm
Now we
looking at y'all.
really talking.
Yeah, I would have
We
been looking at y'all
really
like,
talking.
I don't like. I'm watching y'all. I'm watching you.
Right.
Siakam's champ already. He knows
Hmm.
what the final smells like. He knows how to
Yep.
win. Like he already done seen it. You know.
Exactly. Playoff
Um,
experience, all that.
yeah, but I really do like OG regardless, and I think y'all are in a better spot than you were last year for your starters. For your bench, I'm concerned for you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm concerned for you. Unless you tell Josh Hart he got the green light. And if you don't tell Josh Hart he got the green light to go off and score, then I think you're gonna struggle. But you need somebody to come off that bench and can give you 12 to 13, maybe
That's what
15.
I that's why I liked Murray to have him. Not saying to get rid of OG, but to have Murray, another scorer, to play with that second unit, take some pressure off of Jalen and Randall. They can get some more rest. Then you get you stagger the minutes with Murray in there with that second unit,
Yeah.
and maybe that gives. I don't know if that changes Josh Hart's role, but maybe that gives him more shots. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
the Murray piece is hard for me because I've watched him for so long. I think he's good. I think he's really good. He's a good defender. All that. And he can score. He's streaky with his scoring because
Yeah.
sometimes I think he be trying to do too much,
Yeah.
and I don't think he's coming off the bench for anybody. I'll be
Oh
completely
no,
honest
no,
with you.
definitely not off the bench. No, no, no.
So now you got to look at what you got. I still think y'all are in a better position because you needed this move. The quickly thing is kind of tough, but the problem with the quickly issue or the quickly trade rather, quickly to me is a starter,
Mm-hmm.
and Brunson is your guy.
Yep.
You weren't going to get rid of Brunson, so
Hell no.
quickly as a starter, you're not going to get rid of Brunson. So the odd man out is quickly. He's gonna have that Tyrese Maxey type of acceleration.
Oh yeah.
You give it a year. Next year you're really gonna see him, and it's gonna
Yep.
be great. Shout out to Emmanuel quickly, but you had to make a
We
choice,
miss you.
huh?
I said we miss you.
Yeah, I know you do. I get
We
it,
miss
but you still in your last 10 are 8-2. You just won
you.
three straight. You're
Yep.
26-17, bro. You're gonna have a good position in the playoffs. You're gonna look good. I think that you still have a nice three, and then you got DiVincenzo like firing off with them 3-pointers, and he's knocking them down. So you got your guys that can shoot threes. You got your defensive guys. I think that you're in a good spot. Like, and I think
Nah,
you can make another trade. I think you got one more trade in you.
I think we do too. But Nat, don't lie to me. Don't 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 sit
What?
there and try to hype me up like we gonna do something. Like we gonna get past you guys. Like don't
No.
because you trying to build me. I see what you're doing, Nat. You trying to build me up. So then when come playoff time, you can just throw me on the floor. Don't
Who
do that to me,
who
Nat.
do I rock with in New York?
Josh Hart,
Who else do I rock with?
Randall.
I ain't talking shit. I'm not talking
You're
shit at
not.
all.
I know, but I'm saying you you saying that we're gonna do like we're we're good, but we're not. You're
I got
good.
one for you. Okay, I got one for you. I got one for you. Okay, hold up.
I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for we can match up with the or get close to the Celtics.
Let me ask you a
That's what
question.
I'm looking for.
Let me ask you a question. Can you beat Cleveland?
Yes,
All right. Can you beat Miami?
yes,
Indiana?
yes,
Orlando?
yes.
Can you beat Philly?
That's gonna be tough. We can beat them in a 7-game series. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. We could beat them. We've been beating them this season. I think so far we played them 3 times. I think we beat them twice out of the 3. Um, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. After what I just gone through in my football season with my Cowboys, I gotta see it to believe.
Man, I wish we could get into football, but this is a basketball show, y'all. This is all.
I'm glad because I know you about to rip them.
Regardless, shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Shout out to Pete, my homeboy.
Um. So
Yeah,
can you beat Milwaukee?
that's a good one. I think we could. That's like Philly. I think those are the 2 teams. I think Boston is no. Philly and Philly and who did you just say?
In
And
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee are the ones where that's where the measuring comes up. If we can beat those 2, then I'm gonna be like, all right, we did something. We can do. Hey, I know we're not beating Boston. We're not there yet. But if we
No,
can get to that, put it this way, I will be happy if we can get to the conference finals. If we get there, oh shit, oh shit, we got something here.
so none of y'all will beat Boston.
Exactly.
None of y'all. 2 through 15. None of y'all. Not a soul. Just let it go.
We get it. We're not in y'all atmosphere. Y'all up here, we down here second,
With
down
our
here, and y'all
terrible
up here.
bench, I want to be clear. Our bench, I would rather have Philly's bench,
Oh yeah.
part of Milwaukee's bench. If I could keep one player off of Boston's bench right now, I'd say I like Milwaukee's bench, but I don't think they're gonna play them right in anything. Cleveland's bench is terrible. Not New
Yeah.
York's bench. Miami's bench, I like Miami's bench.
Mm-hmm.
I think Orlando just got really good players through and
They
through.
do.
And Chicago got a bench, you know.
They
Like
do.
I like 90% of the East benches than the Boston Celtics. Our bench just gives me a headache. It just like I don't know what to do with this bench. I really don't, but it's hard. Like 1 minute Peyton Pritchard will give you 10, maybe 12 points. The next minute this man will give you like 3. And I'm just like, I don't deserve this. Like I did nothing to you, nothing. And it's hard.
Man.
It's hard to watch. But nonetheless, you're in 5th place right now. You're in a great spot. I see you being the 4th seed. Y'all could beat the rest of those teams.
Yeah.
You know?
But
It'll be hard to beat Miami because I think Miami is better than what they're showcasing. Or maybe they're
absolutely.
not. I don't know. But I would believe that they're better than what they're showcasing. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I would believe that you guys can beat them. You're I just don't think the world, the world of the NBA is going to allow you to beat Milwaukee unless you shoot like 45% from three.
Yeah,
You
you're gonna
know,
have to.
in Philly, you're not gonna stop Embiid,
Embiid, talk now.
but OG is a defensive fucking goon. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that man can
Put him
change.
on Maxi.
Yeah, he could change some
Mm-hmm.
things. Um, Maxi is one thing, but I think you got to make sure that Tobias Harris doesn't get off.
Because he's been going crazy.
Yeah, you got to make sure. I like Tobias Harris. I
Me
always knew
too.
he was a solid wing. It's just that you got to
Inconsistent.
understand his skill set to understand like why he does what he does and what he's best at. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I still like y'all. I think y'all are fun, and you're still building. It doesn't happen overnight. I'll tell you that right now. It really doesn't. So just keep plugging away at it. But y'all are gonna make another trade, and we'll see who's out there for you because it could make a difference.
Yeah,
Honestly, um,
gonna need it.
yeah. You might. I ain't gonna knock y'all out like that, but
We just want to make you sweat. That's all. We just want to make the Celtics sweat a little bit, just a little bit. Just make y'all look. Oh shit, the Knicks got so and so. Oh, okay. That's all. Y'all don't even look our way. Like,
I ain't gonna
damn.
lie. When you got OG, I was like, oh, they got OG. All right, all right. I like the move because I tend to like
I
Toronto.
did too. I like
I
the
do.
move. It just the quickly thing stung a little. That's all.
Yeah, and I can understand that. I can
Hmm.
understand that. Um, the Clippers. What do you think about like the Clippers? Because this is another week, and the Clippers are like they're still soaring, 27-14. They're they're scary, man. Like, can we be honest? Can we be honest, please? Like, and not say because the Lakers exist, we shouldn't talk good about the Clippers. Look good, man. Like, they are 8-2 in the last 10. They won a couple. Like I, I don't know, man. Like, they look good. Paul George just had last week 38 points versus OKC. Um,
Yep.
Harden has fit right in. Uh, Kawhi has played a hell of a lot of
Yeah.
games,
He sure has.
and he's
He
and he's
sure the
going.
hell has.
So
They. Woo.
listen, and he has his moments where he looks like defensively that old Kawhi, where he's getting them stops and them steals, putting the claws on you. So it's like, talk to me about the Clippers. What you feeling?
The Clippers are turning into the team that I wish they wouldn't turn into. Just being the Laker supporter that I am right now, this is what the Clipper Nation was looking for in the bubble. This is what they
Mm-hmm.
were looking for. This is that team, and now that the fact to me, it's amazing that they can do. It's not amazing, but
Mm-hmm.
when you got all of those guys and they can all just come together to make it work after years of seeing it not work with so much
Yeah.
talent on one team. It's beautiful. Like you can't hate. As much as I want to hate, you can't hate on it. Like these guys are doing exactly what it's supposed to look like. That's the definition of team basketball. When you got
Mm-hmm.
stars on your team and you're being unselfish so everybody can eat, so everybody can, at the end of the day, the common goal is to win. And that's everybody's common goal. When you got Russ to finally buy in and be like, yo, let's do this. I'm gonna come up and tell y'all I'm going on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this. PG, Kawhi, y'all do y'all thing. Russ, Harden, come in and do his thing. It took him a while to get settled in, but once they got going, and this is what we'll talk about maybe a little bit later with the Suns. They starting to catch their groove now. That's another scary team. So I like with the Clippers. If I'm not mistaken, that was my preseason pick to get to the finals.
I think it was,
I
but
think it was my preseason pick. So
I think it was. But you can go ahead and go right into the Suns because we agree. The Clippers, they are a problem. You're gonna have to see them.
Yep.
If they're all healthy, they could beat anybody in the West. It
Anybody.
just
Yep.
is what it is. Um, but yeah, so we'll keep watching
Yeah.
these Clippers, and we'll come back to it and everything. These Phoenix Suns, they've won 5 straight. Watch out now. They won 5 straight. They are
They,
7-3 in the last 10, and they are number 7 in the West, tied with Dallas, who's at number 6, and they are only a game in back of New Orleans, who
mm,
is starting to stumble a little bit. So,
hmm
what are you feeling about Phoenix?
Some boys just had a 90 piece. The three, KD, Book, and Bill. 90. 90.
I hear you. I hear you.
Buckle up, West. Buckle the fuck up. If they thought the Nuggets was going to repeat, think again, because it ain't going to happen that easy. Nuggets is still doing their thing, but they got teams in the West that is coming, and the Suns are one of them. KD's being KD. Book. One thing I love, and I just heard about this recently because I actually didn't know about this. We know how Book was being mainly the point.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that KD went up to him and had a conversation with him and was like, man, screw all that. I need Book. Where's Book at? Go get your buckets. And then
Mm-hmm.
since then, we've been seeing Book get back into himself, get averaging 30 plus points a game. And now you got Beal, who's we all know gets buckets. We just haven't seen it because he's been injured
Mm-hmm.
for so long. Now he's gonna get his buckets. Let's not be fooled. He's gonna get his buckets when you got two monsters over there that you gotta pay attention to. That leaves
Yeah.
him. He's the third guy. He's the third guy. So the third guy is always gonna be one of the guys that get the most shots. And he's gonna get his. Once he gets into the groove, which he's starting to slowly get, man.
90 points. 90 points between 3 people is
That's
insane.
insane. That's insane.
40-9 with 3 blocks for Durant, couple assists. Booker had 26, 6 and 8, couple steals, and Beal had 25, 4 and 3 with a steal. And they
Like that's not fair.
all 3 of them only had 2 turnovers each. So 6 turnovers is fantastic for the ball usage between the 3 of them. Fantastic. The most turnovers was Nurkic. I don't know what he was trying to do with the turnovers, but he had 6 turnovers. We got to switch that up. But Nurkic only had 4 points, but 13 rebounds, 4 assists.
Doing a
Big
good
deal.
job.
That's a big deal. And the bench, they didn't
Yep.
need. You know,
Oh,
they
I
was
forgot
only
to.
like 9 points on the bench.
Grayson Allen.
Grayson, 13 points. He was 3 of 4 from 3. Kevin Durant was 4 of 7 from 3. Solid. Beal really only shot 1 3. Booker was 1 of 7. Even him being 1 of 7, he still had 26 points.
If I'm not mistaken, this man Grayson Allen is still shooting over 50% from 3
Is he?
for the season, not in the streak, for the season.
Oh God, it's 48 for
48.
49%.
Okay, 49.
Jesus,
Okay, so
50. He's 50, 40, 90 right now.
a couple games ago, he was. If I'm not mistaken, he was at 54. I was like,
Ooh,
what? Lord,
that's a big deal.
that's a big deal.
You're going to get those looks when you play with those 3
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Yep.
You're gonna get
Hey,
those looks.
I would love to be Grayson Allen right now. Love to be. He's got to be the happiest fucking role player in the NBA
He's
right
gotta be, because
now.
Jesus, that's 50, 40, 90. Like, that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
Damn, that's a big deal. But okay. So
Yep.
Phoenix, How far do you think they can get? Because you're at like, let's see, there's number 7. I see them getting to the 5th seed
Let me see. Let me look at it
because you
again.
got Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Denver, Clippers, New Orleans, Dallas, Phoenix, Sacramento. Sacramento is on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good. Um, I I could see them. Yeah, I think that fifth spot looks about right. That fifth spot looks just about right.
I
Because
think New
everybody
Orleans.
else in front of them.
Yeah, I think New Orleans will get to the 6. I think Dallas slipped to 7. I think Sacramento stays at 8th, but I think Phoenix will then switch places and get to 5th. Um, and I don't think they won't have home court advantage. But I don't see. Oh, I don't know if Oklahoma City and Minnesota are going to go on a skid, and that's what it's going to
Right,
take.
right.
But I think Denver and the Clippers, I think that they are where they're going to be.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Sacramento 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's not that they can't afford that. They can't afford that.
Four
Not
game
in
losing
this
streak.
West. And this is a team that I thought that we're gonna make some real noise. Now we're just about getting, if not already over the halfway mark of the season. So yeah, we're at 42 games. Well, some teams are at 42 games.
40 plus games. Sacramento is at 41.
41. Okay, so
So
yeah.
they've played half the games and they're on
Hmm.
another 4-game win streak. I think they've been on a streak before as well. You can't win like this. That means something went wrong all 4 times. Like
Hmm.
you can't win like that. Also, I am a little taken aback a little bit with the fact that they didn't go and get Siakam. Um,
Yeah,
I'm I'm a little
that would have
shocked.
been huge.
Siakam in Indiana to me is like it's good. It's really good because they didn't have a wing like that. But why didn't you go and get Siakam? You really needed him.
That would have been huge. I didn't even think about him going there. Damn, that would have worked. That would have fucking worked. That would have worked. That would have put a lot less pressure on Sabonis.
Exactly. That I mean, listen, not the GM. That's what I do. I just
What she
see
do?
some things.
Someone
Um,
hire her.
I don't know. I you got to pull the trigger.
Yep.
You got to pull the trigger. Even Dallas, I'm looking at Dallas like
Mm.
you needed a defensive minded wing that could get some rebounds, get their own shot, but defend. Why didn't you go and see if you could get him? I don't know, man. Some of these guys is unserious because it's you needed to make a move, you
Yep.
know, and you didn't. So now what? It's just Sacramento, you went from 3rd last year. Now you're 8th right now. You're not going to be much better than that. Phoenix is
Right.
not staying at number 7. Lakers are clawing, trying to get into something. So they're at 500, um, tied with Utah. Tied with Utah.
Disgusting. Yeah, exactly.
Tied with Utah. They got the same. There's 4 teams with the same losses in the loss column: Lakers,
Yep.
Utah, Houston, Golden State. All got 22 losses. Um,
Fucking pathetic. Fucking pathetic.
Lakers, they just gotta let that go, man. They gotta let that go. They just gotta.
Yeah,
You
can't
you
do it.
trying to bring people into some shit and really need to be putting people out, like and getting your draft picks and draft capital together because
Exactly.
it's. I think they're going the wrong way with this. When it comes to the Lakers, my opinion about that is I don't think Bron, should be considered the number 1 anymore. Because he can't do the same shit he used to 10 years ago. I think
Exactly.
way too much on him. I think you're basically running him in the ground already. He can't coast and then get to the playoffs and then maybe give you number one production every single game. AD is not a number
Preach.
one. He's a complement to a number one. He loves to do the cleanup. He's a
Yep.
defensive minded guy, get you boards, get you 15, 16 boards, finish
Goddamn
around the
shit.
basket, got a nice jump shot. But he don't want to do that and to give you 30 and 15. He wants to give you like 16 and 16. You
Just
know?
think about what you just said. Just think about what you just said. One of the greatest players in our league
Yeah.
just wants to be in the background. Well, damn.
It's not that it wants to be in the background though. It's like the thing about AD, he wants to be a compliment. A lot you can't do what you do when you talk about these players that are your number ones and your superstars. You can't do it without a guy that thinks like AD. Someone who wants to clean up and does not want to take from the team. He wants to clean it up to make sure the team can succeed. Everybody needs an AD on a championship team. But the problem is you
We need a
want
number
him to
one.
be. What I mean by you is fans want him to be
Right.
something that he doesn't feel, and that he's not. So I like his game a lot. I just think that DeJounte Murray, which there are rumors that he's going to go to the Lakers. I don't see it making a huge difference. Like I could see you knocking out Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento is dog food. Like they can't defend. Like you could stand still, they still couldn't defend you. And offensively, they're having some trouble too. They're just not looking like it's not clicking. So I could see them coming out. I don't see nobody else coming out. So Lakers can take the 8th seed, and then they play Minnesota. Do they beat Minnesota?
Forget about it. We ain't getting Minnesota this year. Oh no. We ain't getting them this year.
If you swap with the 7th seed, and let's say it stays the same, and you get Oklahoma City, can you beat Oklahoma City? I think you can. I think you can beat Oklahoma City.
I don't know. We don't play great enough defense for that to stop Shea. Shea will fucking kill us in a 7-game series.
But that's not why I think you would beat them, though. I think the matchup wise, I don't think that fares well for Oklahoma City. It's matchups.
AD for sure. AD will have a field day. Absolutely.
I think AD would be the reason you would actually win this series. To be honest with you, and I think you'd win it in 6. That is the only team I see that
if we playing at our best.
Yeah.
At our best, but the way oh man.
All right, I'm not going to have no more faith in no more of your teams. Never mind. I don't even want to do it. Every time I give you something, you take it away. It's not okay.
It's just what I'm seeing. It's just what I'm seeing. What 22 and 22?
Yeah.
We are what we are. We are what we are at this point.
We are what we are.
You are at the half mark of the season. You are what you are. You are what your record tells you are. Unless we make some trades or some moves, this is what we are. We might get some flashes of AD getting 40, get some flashes of LeBron getting 40. Hey, we even had a couple flashes of fucking D'Lo getting 30. I bet you the next 5 game he averages under 15.
Oh boy.
I'm on one today, y'all. I'm on one.
So we got a couple games tonight, that they could be all right. Boston at Dallas, Chicago at Phoenix. What you think of those 2 games before we get up out of here?
What is it? You said Boston at who?
Dallas.
Boston at Dallas.
No Kristaps. No Porzingis.
No Chris. That's fine. No, still give me Boston. Still give me Boston. Boston there's no, until you see them just play bad, like even like you said, when they got their ass whipped by the Bucks, it's like, okay, so whatever. This is just one of those things with the Celtics. Like the Celtics and the Timberwolves are the two teams that I'm like they stamped right now. They stamped. There's nothing you can really say with it. Everyone else is kind of like, all right, it's moving. The standards are moving. And then you said who else?
Chicago at Phoenix.
Come on, Phoenix is about to wipe Chicago. The whole what's his name, Benny? They about to grab Benny and wipe his ass, clean the whole fucking floor with them. The way they playing right now. Sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful, Bulls fans, but I'm on one today. So
I will say this: sometimes Phoenix got a tendency to drop games that they shouldn't.
You're right. You're right.
Chicago is one of those teams that they just don't go away, especially if they get on a streak with Kobe White of hitting them threes. Then the shit looks different. So I still think Phoenix and Boston win tonight. And yeah, other than that,
Hawks and Kings.
The Hawks and Kings. That's not a good game to me. I think that it's just.
You see, y'all, she couldn't even answer it. I thought she would at least answer. She was fuck this. She only talked to the contenders.
This where all the 3-pointers are right here.
No, that's a fact.
All 3-pointers right here because ain't nobody guarding.
It's a high-scoring game. Yep.
Damn thing. It's going 255. That's what it is. Combined 255, maybe 260.
Put the bets in, y'all. 255 plus. Over.
All right, oh my God, Jones. It's always a pleasure, my guy.
Absolutely.
That's my guy Jones. Shout out to us. It's the 3P. You already know. And we'll be back next week.
Oh yeah.
Peace out.
We halfway, baby.